We're kicking off this week with mainly Polly's beers, and we're going to be introducing their new beers from their showcase. And today's review is Floret. This is a pale ale from Polly's, but as part of their new core range. Can it be as good as all the rest of Polly's? We know it will be, but keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. So, as I said in the intro, this week I'm going to be mainly drinking Polly's beers. We're starting today with a review of Floret, which is a pale ale, 4.5%. As you say, this is part of the new core range. So we've got this one here, which is Floret. We've got an IPA called Rosebud, that's 5.9%. And they also do a West Coast, couldn't get hold of that one, a West Coast Pale. And they're the three core beers now. So they're the beers that you're going to find hopefully, certainly in and around in Cheshire and North Wales and that area. You should find those sort of beers in your favourite sort of craft beer pub or tap room, and I think they just want to get a core range that they're going to be available at all times. So hopefully they've got this level of consistency with these beers, and they're going to be rolling them out throughout the country. It'll be great all over the country because you don't usually see Polly's on tap. If you're in North Wales, you probably will. I've been to a couple of tap rooms and always surprised to see Polly's on tap there. But they're not their core range. There's not a consistency. There's always an odd, different one depending on what they got out. And as I say, they do release 2 or 3 new beers every single week, so it's difficult to get on top of it. But this week, I thought, well, I wanted to get these core ones, and then I thought, well, while I'm there, and by the way, I'll give a little bit of a plug, That Beer Place, it's my local sort of bottle shop in Chester. So if you're a Chester resident, you've probably heard of it. It's in the Chester market, but they are moving to a premises some date in the future. I'm even going to use my That Beer Place beer glass today. So let's get this this pale ale out of the can and into a glass. I'm waffling already. I've only a couple of minutes into the video, but really wanted to do the core range. So I've got this one, then I'm going to do the Rosebud, then I've got 3 others to do, and I'll show you those as they come on this week. But they're quite interesting. We've got some experimental hops. Everything's going on. It seems like Polly's are really sort of, they're pushing themselves forward. But I've talked already enough and I'm really thirsty, so I'm going to crack this open. One thing I'd say, I mean, the Polly's cans are always really great, and they've changed their branding a little bit. They've got a sort of, this is a bit clearer on the front in terms of the ABV. They've got this big Polly's sign here. I'll pour it into the glass and then I'll let you know what this pale ale is all about. As I say, it's a 4.5% pale ale. If you buy it directly from Polly's, it's like about £3.50. It's pretty good value for money. I paid a little bit more because I bought it from a bottle shop. But beer in a glass, I mean, it looks pretty incredible. Really thick and hazy for a 4.5% pale ale. 2 fingers of white head. Hopefully this is going to showcase what Polly's pale ales are all about, and they are usually really good. In fact, sometimes I actually prefer their pale ales than I do their IPAs because I think they're really good. But this is a beautiful looking beer, yellow and hazy as you like. So just to let you know what's in this beer, so it's hopped with Azzacca, one of my favourite hops, Citra and Simcoe. So 3 hops, 4.5% beer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see what it smells like. I mean, I'm already, typical Polly's, you open it up and it smells great. It fills the room with that real fruit sort of aromas. Yeah, I mean, it's got that sort of Polly's aroma. It's really sort of sweet, big tropical fruits. You got mango and pineapple and grapefruit, papaya, peach. There's everything going on in this. It's already got, it's what I want. It's got my taste buds going, and that's the big thing. We have some beers that got nice aromas, but they don't have that sort of that effect to get the taste buds really going. But this one has, so I'm going to go cracking into it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's a cracking pale ale. Soft as you like, nice sort of creamy mouthfeel, and really juicy. There's a little bit more. Although it's quite soft, you can get that little bit of sort of zingy carbonation just to whip those flavours around the mouth. And you get big hits of pineapple, mango, you know, all the things that we smell in the aroma. There's, pineapple's quite big in this actually. Pineapple and mango and sort of sweet, sort of orange and peach, passion fruit, papaya, all of those sort of fruits. A little bit of citrus there on the back end, mainly sort of lemon sort of citrus, and then it just sort of fades away a little bit. There's not really much on the back end. It's not overly dry. It's very drinkable. There's no bitterness at all on this. There's no real hits of grapefruit. It's what you want from a pale ale. As I say, it's got a really nice body where sometimes pale ales can be a bit fizzy. And this one still got a little bit of a fizz in it. It's not completely sort of full-bodied, but it has a slight creaminess. And to be honest, I'm going to go bet out on a limb here. I would say that is a really cracking pale ale. And, you know, you've got to look at what the benchmarks are. And Deya's Steady Rolling Man is a key benchmark to a lot of people in terms of a core pale ale. And I think this is up there. It's almost like they've taken it a little bit, but just given it a little bit more, amped it up. So it's like, if you like Steady Rolling Man, it's like that, but it's a little bit thicker and it's a little bit smoother and it's a little bit fruitier. Cracking beer. And as I said, if you buy it direct, you're paying sort of almost, well, actually, you are paying supermarket prices for this beer. And it's better than most pale ales I've had from supermarkets. Really good beer. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Polly's Floret. It's a pale ale, part of their new core range. So this should be available I'm presuming all year round, or certainly for a long periods of time. And as I say, I paid about just over £4 for this. But if you buy it directly from their website, I think it's something like £3.40. So that's in line with supermarket beers. And even now, some supermarket beers are starting to creep up to £3.50 for a can. But this is a really cracking beer. It's to me, it's up there with the best pale ales that I've had, really. And you know, I'm a bit more, if I was really sort of choosing, I prefer IPAs, just a little bit better body, a little bit lower on the carbonation. But that's mainly because pale ales can be a bit hit and miss. But this one's cracking. And all I can say, if you like Steady Rolling Man, this is up there with that, if not better. So we'll go through the scores. Aroma. Well, as soon as I pop the can, typical Polly's, the whole aroma filled the room. Yes, it's a pale ale, so it's not as amped up as a lot of sort of their bigger IPAs are in terms of aroma. But there's everything in there. It's a nice sort of tropical sort of mix. There's citrus fruits in there as well. A little bit about peach in there, but it's a real nice sort of tropical fruit bowl really of aromas. And the key thing to me is it's got that sort of aroma that just gets the taste buds going, because you just want to drink it then. So I'm giving it 15 for aroma. Appearance, well, for a pale ale, I think it's pretty good. Look at that. It's very, very yellowy. The head's gone down a little bit, but there's a little bit of nice lacing. For a pale ale, though, I think that's a pretty nice, thick-looking colour, nice, bright colour. Some pale ales can be a little bit sort of clear, just a slight haze, but I think that's really good. So I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. Flavour-wise, well, as I say, pale ales are a little bit, you know, they're made so you drink more of them. They're lower ABV. They're usually lighter. This is quite light, but it's still at the same. It's got quite a soft body for a pale ale. There's still a little bit of carbonation in there, though. It just works really well. Makes it easy to drink. It's got all those sort of fruit flavours, but nothing overpowers, you know. It doesn't have any sort of dankness in it. Everything's bright and zesty and refreshing. And that's, for me, is what a pale ale is all about. I'm giving it a pretty high score for flavour, 36 out of 40. Value for money. Well, even though I paid just over £4, to say if you buy it directly from Polly's, you're paying £3.40. And I think that is a really good value for a pale ale. I think this is better than any pale ale I've had in a supermarket where I've paid more money. you know, even some of the best pale ales, like, I mean, I do quite like the vocation ones, the hop skip and juice, and also their newer one, roll with it as well. They're good pale ales, but this is a better, in my opinion, and it's the same sort of price, if not maybe a little bit cheaper. So I'm giving it 10 out of 10 for value. I think it's really good value. And then my overall experience, well, for a pale ale, it's up there with some of the best, you know. It's everything you want. It's got that tropicalness, pineapple, citrus fruits. There's no bitterness. It's soft, very easy to drink, but full of flavour. There's no, you know, some of these, when it's 4.5%, sometimes you think, oh, is it a little bit watered down? But it isn't. It's still really full flavoured. And you're drinking a beer that you know is a good quality beer. It's a really good quality beer, and you know you're drinking it, so I'm giving it 14 for overall experience. Top those scores up, we get a highly recommended 84. So it's off. We're off to a good start with these Polly's beers. This is the lowest ABV of them, 4.5%, full of flavour though. There's no compromise with this. Polly's are up their game once again, and I can't wait to drink the rest of them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until the next one, keep on rocking.